Hi, welcome everybody. My name is Rachel Darden. I'm here, the host of XR News Medical and Health Edition, and I'm so glad to see so many familiar faces and some new ones too. Today's conversation, we're going to focus on the people and the ecosystems building the future of immersive healthcare, education, not just as a concept, but as a connected global reality, fully connected. Excuse me there. XI and AR are no longer isolated technologies. Around the world, educators, clinicians, creators, and innovators are already using immersive platforms to teach complex medical concepts, collaborate across borders and countries, and then create new pathways for learning and access. Our guests from FicusKorea are helping shape that evolution by focusing on something deeper than technology alone. Connecting their work explores how XR, AI, trust systems, and even global collaboration can come together to create scalable ecosystems for healthcare, education, and so much opportunity. I want to invite you back to come to the show every Wednesday of the month, the first of the month. We'll be featuring next month, Shannon Pootman. And then on the third week of every single month, we have our Innovation Spotlight with Tom Furness, Maximo McGee, and Chris Madsen, and they show us the latest and greatest with Engage, and we have loads of fun, so definitely do not miss that one. And every second and fourth Wednesday, the XR News is brought to you by Laurel, Steph, and of course Karen, and they give us the latest and greatest on what is going on with an XR all across the metaverse. And always, these are always available for replay on YouTube. So if you missed today or want to come back to a segment, please do. It's on our YouTube channel. And then also you can always check into our Discord, our Facebook, our LinkedIn, and then we're also on Blue Sky as well. EducatorsinVR.com is the best place to connect with us. And I look forward to seeing you guys in our Discord as well. I want to give a big thank you to all of our sponsors, the Girlsteam Institute, Engage, iLearn, Virtual World Society, Vertex Forum 3D, the Reinhardt Foundation, and always the cadets. The Bridge Makers are also a wonderful group that help make this come true. The XR News is produced by Educators in Educators in VR, and ran by volunteers. If you would like to volunteer with us, please reach out either on our Discord or within educatorsvr.com. And today, again, we're discussing with FicusKorea, connecting AI, XR, and the global opportunities in medical and healthcare. So without further ado, I'd really like to connect you guys with Nora and then with Goti. They're going to give us a breakdown of their company and how they're globally expanding and creating and doing some amazing work within the medical and healthcare industry. Goti, would you like to start with us today?
Yeah, thank you very much, Rachel. And hello, everyone. Thank you for having us. My name is Godi, and I'm here with Nora, who is the CEO from FicusKorea. Thank you all for having us. So today, we from FicusKorea will be discussing how we are using AI and XR to connect the medical health industry and also the opportunities that are available in the medical sector, especially when people utilize AI XR to enhance medical health. So by the end of this presentation, you would appreciate the reason why we need AI XR utilization in the medical health and what we are currently doing as FicusKorea. Go with me on this journey. Thank you.
We're excited.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So currently, what we've realized is that There is an enormous technology available to be utilized, especially in the AI XR sector. There are a lot of resources that are available to be used. Currently, we are in a space because professionals has created this space and we've been connected on a global platform to be able to network, share ideas, and also um, create a lot of meaning to the AI XR industry. However, over here in Asia, where we also have professionals and also in major parts of Africa, where I'm from, I'm a Ghanaian. What we realize is that the problem we have is not just the technology, there's a problem of connection. So when I say connection, what do I mean by connection? Connection in the sense that regardless of the presence of technology, there's a major problem connecting this technology to people. How we can make it human-centered to advance the technology. How human beings, people, and specifically professionals can utilize the technology to enhance their line of work and also help people. From the medical industry, helping their patients, from educators, that's teachers helping their students to be able to learn in an immersive way, and also how we would turn knowledge and capabilities globally into real economic opportunities. And that is what FicusKorea currently is doing in Asia and some parts of Africa. And currently, we are all here on Engage XR, a platform that enables high-level global collaboration, immersive learning environment, which goes beyond just passive video that people watch. We have an immersive experience, and from it, we get an experiential knowledge. And also, it enables us to build an ecosystem through content creation. So we say that technology alone does not create a market. One thing we've realized over time is that the conventional market is not built just because there are a lot of numbers. We all want a larger number of numbers in this emerging technology. However, the underlying fact is that every market is instituted and based on trust. And when trust is established, we move on to standardization. And so technology alone, AI XR, will not build the market. So what we are proposing currently is GMCCP. The GMCCP that we've instituted back here in Asia and in Africa stands for Global Metaverse Caster Certificate Program. And the aim and ambition of this program is to train, certify people to be able to utilize the AI XR technology to enhance their line of work. Specifically, if you're in the medical field, we train you how to utilize the enormous resources available on this platform as to how you can communicate and reach out to your patients, letting them know what's happening with them, what's the current problems, what are the solutions, and your patients having an immersive experience of what is happening. Teachers being able to utilize the tools and resources to teach their students to have an immersive experience of what they are being taught, what their curriculum is about, and how they could also have an immense experience. And these examples I've given cut through all scope of work. So Leaders already exist, experts already exist, professionals already exist. However, the problem is, how can we connect them? How can we, as the early adopters, connect professionals to the usage of an immersive network? We are proposing in the medical industry, medical XR. The medical knowledge should not remain confined to a specific region. Skilled medical professionals must be able to share knowledge instantly and immersively with patients and colleagues on the other side of the world. It shouldn't be a problem when a medical practitioner in the US wants to reach out to a patient in South Korea. It should be possible by the usage of an immersive tool, AI XR, where there could be a global collaboration, global tutoring, where physical limitations has been overcome. However, training and educational cost has also been decreased. So we are looking at adding medical XR plus GMCCP. And this is the birth of a global medical educator. How our medical practitioners will be able to utilize the standard GMCCP and also be able to allow their patients to have an immersive experience. So we are looking at one, we certify medical educators. So we have a conversation with medical practitioners, we train them, we teach them how to utilize the enormous tools that are available. We certify them through GMCCP certification so that they could be recognized to also train. By using Engage XR and other platforms, they'll be able to host real-time immersive educational seminars and also tutoring for other medical professionals around the globe. And this standard is scalable in the sense that it will be also implemented as an educational model where a single expert can impact thousands of learners at the same time. And this is our goal as FicusKorea. In technology, we use the word one to many. So we are not just building content, but we are building an ecosystem. Our goal is to create a specific piece of content. Not only that, but a self-sustaining global digital ecosystem in which AI XR and the certification are organically connected. By using Engage XR and giving out a certification program, GMCCP, we're getting more global talent into this scope, AI XR, and by then, a new economic ecosystem that emerges organically as these three elements come together. So I'll end here by saying, we are not alone in this scope. We came early. Even when the market turned away, even when people said the trend had passed, you kept this space alive. And we are all together here today. The true value of the XR industry has always existed. The world simply was not ready to understand it. Now the maturity of AI, advances in hardware, and the need for a global collaboration are bringing all the pieces together. So we say this is the moment. Thank you for hanging on here, and together we will build this industry. Thank you for your time, and thank you for listening. We are FicusKorea.
Thank you, Cody. I really appreciate it. And I definitely have a few questions. And I just want to
Great.
remind you, people in the audience, that if you guys have any questions, please don't be afraid to hold up your hand, send out an emoji, and we'll call on you guys. But I have a few questions right away.
Okay.
I've actually got to personally meet both Godi and Nora in South Korea, and we were able to discuss further about their company, what they're doing. And I am so amazed and fulfilled by what they're pursuing through XR. And I believe each and every single one of us are looking for these types of not only adventures, but education and connection. Now, Godi, on the beginning, you talked about connections. What we're lacking is just the connection. I think that's such a powerful statement and true. So, with the connection, what kinds do you believe in healthcare and XR ecosystems are rising right now? And then what might be needed for the future?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
So, as it relates to connection, always we relate what's happening in real life to what will happen in the virtual space. So
Yes.
currently, what is trending is that we are foreseeing that a lot of medical practitioners want to connect with their patients, not just physically, emotionally, and socially, getting to know them very well and what's really underlying in their ailment and the treatment to give them. And so we are proposing that to enable progressiveness of what has started in the real world,
Mm-hmm.
it will be preeminent that we introduce the AIXR technology where doctors and the medical practitioners can progressively connect with their patients, their trainees through
Mm-hmm.
this virtual space. Yes. Reason
No,
we are proposing this technology. Yeah.
oh no, I completely agree. That's the beautiful thing about XR and AI is you guys are in South Korea, I'm in the United States, but mostly in Vietnam these days, and there's so many of us that are in different countries. And then when
Right.
we work together so much, we become friends. So it's so great to work with colleagues that you respect and admire. So I truly agree that connection is the key. Hey, Erin, did you have a question before we keep going? You're welcome to unmute yourself.
It's locked. Okay, there it is. One
Thanks,
thing I want to
Erin.
reiterate about FICA Korea is that I've been working with Nora and Gotti for over a year now, and in the program, the Global Metaverse Casters program, we've worked on tremendously, built some spaces and stuff like that. And right now, Gotti did not indicate, but right now we have FICA Africa Tech Hub Africa is in training right now,
Mm-hmm.
um, learning how to navigate, engage, because that's the first thing we have to do with a lot of people who's just coming into this space is learning how to teleport, learning how to sit down, learning how to bring in stuff, IFXs, how to build things in here. That's what we're doing right now, along with Nora and Gotti. And Bernice over here, she's been very instrumental in helping us in that endeavor. I think her and Doreen is in conversation over in Georgia. She's in Savannah and Doreen is in Atlanta, and she's the director of Tech Hub Africa, which is in Ghana. And like I said, what we're doing is bringing them up to speed as far as how to navigate stuff. We do a training session on Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
Fridays, and Saturdays here in Engage. They come in and I take them to some of our spaces, show them how to do things, and they have become very, very, very good in bringing stuff in, doing stuff like that. But what my
Well,
main
thank you
point
so
is
much
that
for sharing. Oh, okay, go ahead, Erin. Yeah.
Nora is ahead of her time in
Of
the
course.
XR world.
No, she's a superstar. I completely agree. And when I met up with her, I knew it was magic. So that's why
Mhm.
I had to invite her today. And that goes naturally into my next question. When we're talking about infrastructure and your building, Engage XR is where you're building the majority of your infrastructure. It's real-time global collaborations, immersive learning, and content creation. How do you see platforms like this changing the way the medical professionals teach, learn, and work better across countries?
Okay, thank you for your question. So concerning how this platform is, so concerning how the platform is enabling medical practitioners to teach and how they're able to affect people globally. Um, Engage XR as a platform has got a larger reach. And one thing that we currently doing is that over here in Asia, we are sensitizing people and exposing them to the enormous resources that Engage XR enable practitioners and professionals to be able to do. So we are exposing the abilities and resources so medical practitioners will be able to utilize it. And our work here, we are certified by the Ministry of Science and Technology in South Korea. So we are able to certify. So we teach people, we certify them as to how to utilize the resources. And we are having a lot of um, goodwill messages from people and also high interest from especially medical practitioners, where every Thursdays we meet with doctors back here in Seoul, and they are having the experience in Engage, and they are very happy. They're enjoying the experience. And last week Thursday, they were bringing in a lot of ideas as to how they could utilize the platform to enhance their line of work as well. So I would say it's been a good movement, and we can only go forward. Thank you.
No, we truly, I really like building and creating and hosting an engaged platform. And that's why we have the XR News here. And how many years have you been building? Because I know you built countless places, right?
Thank you. So FicusKorea has been in existence since 2020. So yeah, I think 6 years now.
Oh, cool. That's amazing.
6 years.
All right. Did anybody else have any other questions? Okay, Bernice, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Great presentation. Godfrey and Nora did a great job. So around like 2000 and maybe like 8 or 9, I led a medical team doing a transition of the electronic medical records. And one of the things I noticed, because they were needing to transition from paper charts to now that we know of electronic medical records. And one of the things I noticed was the hesitation and the discomfort when adapting to the new technology. So my question for you guys for FICA is, what is in place that will help support team members who may have a significant learning curve or resistance to adopting new technology while still helping and feeling confident and all that great stuff?
Great question. Godi?
Great question. Thank you, Bernice. So this when it comes to people adapting to an emerging tech, early adapters normally there's normally an issue of trust. So I mentioned today that though the technology, in my presentation, I mentioned that though the technology is available, we are aware of its enormous ability. However, there should be an established trust. And the trust here, it should be built between the medical practitioners and their patients, the teachers and their students. So when it comes to a tool like this, one thing that we should include in the trust is that when someone uses the tool and the person appreciates what the tool is able to do, it increases the trust level. So, and everyone, this question also has to do with the temperament of people. Everyone has a way they relate to one another. So when I meet you in person, there's a way I relate to you. You wouldn't expect me to jump over every conversation you say, appreciate and accommodate everything you say. Same as to how someone will meet me and the person will relate to me based on his or her temperament. This has an emotional background and it is related to technology. So when trust is established, we open up more, we appreciate more, and we accommodate more. So one thing that we are doing with people using this technology is that when they are not able to utilize it because of how it's been worked, we give it time. We train them more. We expose them more to the resources. We give them alternatives that they could use to utilize whatever they are doing for them to appreciate AI XR more. So the more they appreciate it, the more trust is built. The more trust is built, the more the networking increases. And by so doing, the enormous opportunities and revenue also increases. So that's what we are currently looking at. Thank you.
No, I think that's great. So why don't we go ahead and start checking out some of the worlds that you built?
think-
Oh,
Great. I think there's one over there.
oh, hey, Bruce.
Hi guys. Thanks a lot, guys. Just one question, which is, we know that Engage is really good kind of on enterprise and kind of like with single sign-on and kind of like the securities and kind of like the side there. Obviously, kind of like in the last kind of couple of years, Metaverse kind of like worlds have kind of like platforms have come and gone, kind of most recently kind of like with Meta Horizons kind of going mobile first compared to VR. Is there anything that you're doing to kind of mitigate in case kind of there's a platform change or anything that's going to kind of impact kind of what you're doing, and like if Engage kind of change their business model or kind of anything like that, that you're kind of robust and you're secure?
Okay. Thank you for your question. I think this is a technical question. So we currently measure most part of our work. Yes, it's on Engage XR. However, though through the creation that the world that we've been building, that we always have alternatives that in the future, if there is there's let's say this is a security problem, there's a crash of the market or of the world, we won't lose what we're currently doing. But we've established trust with Engage XR, and so major part of our work is on this platform because we believe in Engage XR's enormous ability and our resources. So mainly when we meet people, what we talk about and what we evangelize, I'll use the word, is the enormous abilities that are available in Engage XR. And so we are championing Engage XR here in Asia. But in the future, if anything is supposed to happen, there will be an alternative to that. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce. I appreciate that question. So yeah, Godi, let's go ahead and hop to a couple of the worlds. They're so impressive.
Great.
The last world you took us to, I could read like the labels on the medicine bottles. It was just so amazing. And then with the AI that you were using, oh, it was so great. And Godi actually builds the worlds himself. So you guys are in for a real treat.
Nora will be taking us to the worlds today. So I'm going to hand over
All
to
right.
her. Great. Take over, Nora.
Whoa.
Oh, this is so cool. Is everybody here?
This is fantastic.
Yes. And Nora or Godi, did you guys want to kind of explain where we are and how this works? Because this is really cool. Oh,
Welcome to BioLab. This quick guide will walk you through the
Thanks,
buttons and
hold on.
tools available in your virtual classroom. Let's get started. On the left, you'll find tools for exploring each organ and system. The Start Tour button will play a video with fun facts and full narration while highlighting parts of the organ or system. Animation spawns a 3D representation of the organ or system you have selected with labelled parts playing one after the other. This is silent, so you can narrate yourself. Diagram mode lets you interact with the organ, use the pointer to highlight areas and reveal labels. To pick up the pointer in VR, press and hold the trigger button on your controller, then point at an area to highlight it. You can resize the model using the plus and minus buttons, rotate it with the curved arrows, and move it up and down using the up and down arrows. Students can adjust their own view by moving their pods up and down, but don't worry, they won't block each other. On the right, you'll find interactive activities. The label quiz is a matching game, allowing students to drag and drop labels onto the correct parts of the organ. To do this, they click on a label, drag it to the correct spot, and release it. The card game is a memory-style game where students click to flip cards to find matching pairs based on the organ or system you have selected. The main menu button will return you to the chapter selection screen. The next and back buttons allow you to move through the organs and systems without returning to the menu. That's it. You're now ready to guide your students through BioLab. Have fun exploring.
this is so exciting, Nora. Thank you so much for bringing us here. And again, if you guys have any questions while we're going through this, please don't hesitate.
Welcome
it's
to
more
the
of a
kidneys,
fireside chat
your
than
body's
anything else.
built-in filtration system. These bean-shaped organs filter around 50 gallons of blood a day, removing waste and balancing fluids. Let's explore their inner workings. The kidneys are located just below your rib cage on either side of your spine. They filter blood, remove waste, and produce urine. Each kidney contains about 1 million tiny filters called nephrons.
Did you know your kidneys filter your entire blood supply about 50 times a day?
That's a lot.
The kidney has several key parts: the renal cortex, renal medulla, renal pyramids, and renal pelvis. The cortex contains nephrons, which are the key filtering units, while the medulla transports filtered fluids.
That was super neat. Godi, how long does it take you to build something like this? Godi?
So, yes, I'm here. So our team,
Okay.
our team, being led by Aaron Stanbury, normally designs this kind of work. So
Mhm.
I'll leave him to answer this question. Mr. Stanbury, want to take this up?
Yeah. What let me go up here. What it is that I think this BioLab was created for Nora by Engage and their team, and what they've done is some very extraordinary things with this particular one. And like I say, the emphasis is on Engage and how we collaborate with them on setting up various things. Now there are some of spaces that we have built ourselves, and so the collaboration with Engage and what we do ourselves, like I said, we actually teach people how to create spaces, and
Okay.
yeah. So she's
Well,
going to
thank you
take
so
us
much.
she's going to take us to some other spaces that we have put together.
So this is just a dissection of an entire eye? This is beautiful.
Yes.
And again, this was all designed by Engage, and you guys just kind of requested this.
Right. I think this was this this particular one was put together with the assistance of Nora explaining to them with the team on what they wanted, which is one of the fantastic things in dealing with Engage. They'll come online and help you create spaces and different simulators. This is basically a simulator.
Thank you, Aaron. All right, what else do you guys want to show us? Oh, wow. So this goes through the entire body, and this is just only about the physical body, correct?
Yes. Nora, take us to the training facility.
Yes, that one is such a great
Take us to the
example of what
hospital.
AI.
Yeah, take us to the hospital, Nora.
Let's go to the hospital.
Yeah.
So just hold on tight, everybody. This is a really neat space where they engage with AI, and you actually talk to medical patients so they can share with the doctors the experiences that they have. They also speak in several languages. Godi, how many languages do your AI bots currently speak in this particular world?
Hospital.
It
Not
speaks in the
Kadeva hospital. No, another hospital. Kadeva.
yeah, both the another hospital.
Another hospital. Wait.
Yes.
So how many languages, Godi?
It speaks more than 150.
What?
More than
Oh,
150 languages,
wow.
because yeah.
Rachel?
Yeah, hospital. I want to show Kadeva hospital.
This is one of the spaces that myself and Nora and Gaia put together, and what it is as a hospital wing where various things are going on, and at the reception desk, you can literally ask them a question. Alex, can you tell us about what we do here in the medical wing?
Sure. Here in Engage, we create immersive virtual environments for meetings, training, education, and social interactions. It's a space where people from anywhere in the world can come together as if they were in the same room. Regarding the medical wing, it's designed for healthcare training and education. It offers realistic simulations for medical professionals and students to practice procedures, learn anatomy, and improve patient care skills in a safe, controlled virtual environment. Would you like me to show you around the medical wing or explain specific features?
Yes. Alex, do you have any training classes going on right now? Do you have any training classes going on right now?
Let me check for you.
But
Yes, there is currently a CPR training class happening in the medical wing, and a first aid basic session scheduled to start shortly. Would you like me to connect you to one of these classes, or provide more details about the topics covered?
Which rooms are they in?
The The CPR training class is taking place in room 101 of the medical wing. The first aid basics session will start soon in room 102. Both rooms
Thank
are
you,
equipped
Alex.
with interactive virtual mannequins and tools to enhance the learning experience. Shall I guide you to one of these rooms?
No, we have it from here. So why don't you guys take a quick look around, and again, just look at the detail. Think of the noise that you're hearing in the background. This is one of the most realistic medical experiences I have had in XR, period. And whenever you see a person, they're AI generated. So you can go ahead and ask them questions. And again, it's in 150 different languages at least. So just think of all the people this can serve in the medical, not only that, but as patients as well. Nora, is there a particular room you'd really like us to look at? I really like the one in the MRI. I think that was my favorite room, talking to that patient.
Let's go to the MRI room.
MRI.
Yeah, everyone. There we go.
MRI.
So this is really amazing, and I thought such a great space, not only again for medical, but also for the people who are actually going to have an MRI. Is it okay if I ask Daniel a question? Is everyone okay with that? Awesome. Hey, Daniel, can you tell us what it's like? Excuse me. Hey, Daniel, can you tell us what it's like to get an MRI?
다시 말씀해 주시겠어요?
Can you say it in English, Daniel, how it feels to get an MRI? Hey, Daniel, in English, can you please show us what it's like or tell us what it feels like to get an MRI?
Do you see listening?
Sure, I can try to describe it. When you first get ready for the MRI, they ask you
He
to
only
lie
responds
down
when
on
he
this
sees
narrow
listening.
table. And then the table slides
could you try
slowly
again?
into the machine.
And he's
It
doing
feels
it.
a little tight and enclosed once you're
Okay.
inside, because the machine kind of surrounds your head. The noises are probably the most noticeable thing. There's a loud knocking or banging sound that comes in bursts. And it lasts for quite a while. They give you ear protection, but it's still pretty loud and a bit unsettling at first. You have to stay really still the whole time, which can be a bit uncomfortable because you're just lying there without much to do. Sometimes it feels a bit eerie being that quiet and confined. But the staff are usually very calm and tell you what to expect, which helps some. For me, because of the head injury, I'm a bit on edge thinking about what the scan might show, or if it will explain why I'm still having headaches. Could you tell me how long I'll need to stay still in here? That part feels the hardest.
So I think just by that little demonstration alone, you can see how imperative and how important this is, because not all doctors get to experience an MRI. Not all clients get to experience an MRI. So if you know this going ahead of time and able to ask Daniel questions in your native language, that's the importance of that. And then also, again, pay attention to the way that the room feels and looks. We can hear the noise in the background. This is the actual real life example of what it's like to be in a medical facility. Godi, did you have anything you wanted to add on, or is there another room you'd like us to see?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot
We have
of
another.
contents
Yeah.
that Nora will take us. My device just
Okay.
crashed a little, that's why. So.
All right, no problem. Did anyone have any questions right now while we're waiting for the shift?
How many people have passed through this already?
I think we are 16.
No, like in general, how many people have visited this particular world?
In training.
Oh, there are. So we normally we deal with the companies. So it's close to 50 people. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, close to 50 people. Yes.
Can we go out now? Can we move the?
Yes.
No?
Let's go to
Okay.
another space. Yes.
All right, everyone follow Nora.
with the metaverse. I was connected with Victory
Okay.
XR, and I'm explaining why
Okay.
you see another symbol on here rather than what. But I was with Victory XR, and at that time, Victory XR was combined with Engage. So I developed a lot of things. This is a lab from Victory XR. Now, what I've done in here, what I did in here was that you can move the different organs around, but what we also did was
The human brain
we
is the
put I
crown
put these
jewel of the
buttons in
nervous
here, and when you
system,
push
a
the
marvel of
button,
biological
a
engineering
narrator
that
come up
integrates the
and
mind and
start
the
to
body into a
explain
unified,
the
dynamic
brain
whole.
and how the brain connects
Nestled
to the
within the
nervous
protective
system
casing of the
and
skull,
all
the
of
brain
this.
acts as
And
the
then this
central
one is about the
processing unit,
heart.
where billions of
And then
neurons
right over there where you
communicate,
at, Novell, is
analyze, and
another
interpret
one.
the
It's
world
another
within
button
and
over
around
here.
us. Yet
And
the
it
brain
has
is more than
all
a
of the
physical
different
organ. It is the nexus where
systems
the
of the
nervous
body.
system
And
converges
that
with the
avatar
intangible entity
is
we call
going
the
through
mind.
what those systems are.
The brain as
So
the command
this is,
center.
and then with the
At the core of this
camera,
intricate
we have a
system is the
camera in here
brain, an
also
organ weighing about
that you
3
can take,
pounds
and
and
whatever you
capable of
point the
controlling
camera at, it
every
will
human
project
body function.
on the screen up
It
there. I
is
think
divided
Nora
into
had the
distinct
camera earlier.
regions,
Someone
each
has
with
the camera.
specialized
There it is right
tasks.
there.
The cerebral
Yeah,
cortex
Yes.
just pick
governs
that
higher
camera up.
cognitive
You can pick
functions
it up
such as reasoning, decision-making,
and
and creativity,
point at
while the limbic
the
system manages
intestines,
emotions, memory,
Right.
and the subconscious undercurrents
and
of the
it comes
mind.
up and show a
Beneath it
detail.
all, the
Excellent
brainstem
training
ensures the
facility for
continuation of life
medical
by
people.
regulating heart rate,
And that's
respiration,
basically it
and
from
other
what I have
essential
to say.
autonomic processes. The nervous system, pathways of connection.
Now, if you
The
notice,
brain
these
communicates with
particular
the rest of the body through the nervous
AIs are
system,
not
a vast
AIs. What
network
they
of
are
nerves that
avatars.
extend from the
take
central
on
nervous
with you.
system, CNS,
They're,
to
they're
every corner of
avatars
the
that
body.
what I did was
I
I
The
did
can
a
take
spinal
a video.
cord
You
is the
can.
primary
Yeah.
highway,
I did
transmitting signals between the brain and peripheral nerves.
11 let me
These
see
nerves, in turn, branch out to
11
relay sensory
I did
information from the environment
3
and motor commands
MP3,
to muscles and
and
organs.
then I kind of
Sensory
taught
nerves
myself how to
deliver
take that
information about the
MP3
external
and put
world,
it
such
inside
as
of an
temperature,
avatar and have that
texture, and
avatar
sound, to the brain,
speaking
where it is interpreted
what
and
the
transformed
MP3
into
is saying.
perceptions.
That was before the AI,
Motor
before I
nerves
had
carry the brain's
access to the
responses to the body,
actual
enabling
AIs. That's
movement,
what I did.
speech, and
But
other deliberate actions.
very interesting stuff.
Meanwhile, autonomic nerves oversee the involuntary
Any
processes that
questions?
keep
Thanks.
the body alive,
Thanks, Aaron.
such as
Yes.
digestion and blood pressure
Wait.
regulation.
Rachel
The
just had
mind,
to.
the emergent
Her
reality.
battery went dead. So
The
this is
mind is
Laurel.
not a tangible part of the nervous
Back up
system,
here.
but
And
an
again, I
emergent
apologize for
property
the
of the
interruptions
brain's
earlier.
activity.
We're having some technical
It is
difficulties
the
behind
seat
the
of
scenes.
consciousness,
So,
self-awareness, thoughts,
anyone
and
have any
emotions.
questions? Bruce, I know
While
you
the
have
brain
some.
provides the hardware, the mind operates as its software, drawing on the neural network to create the subjective
No,
experience
it's kind of
of being.
really interesting kind of
This
seeing kind of like
interplay
what
is
you've
evident in
created,
the
and I
brain's
think it's
plasticity,
that
the
side
ability to
of
adapt and rewire in
getting people
response
to
to
kind of have some experiences. I think
For
that
instance, learning a
like
new skill or
what
recovering from
kind of
injury involves the
are you
mind
looking
engaging
at
the nervous system to create new neural
kind of
pathways.
university level?
The
Are you
mind
looking
shapes the
at
brain
college?
just
What
as
is
the
kind of
brain
like your
shapes the
predominant
mind,
target kind
illustrating
of
their inseparable
group
Well,
of
the
relationship.
kind of
target,
people for us?
Bridging mind and
well, the
body, the
target, this
nervous
particular
system's role.
level is
The
let
nervous
me
system
see.
is the bridge
This
between
particular
the
level
mind
is
and the
what you
physical
call
body.
the
This
higher
connection is
education.
particularly evident
But
in the
what we're
somatic
trying to
nervous
do,
system,
particularly
which
at
enables conscious control of movements and
FicusKorea
responses, and
and
the autonomic
the
nervous system, which
global
links emotional
metaverse
states to
casters, is
physiological
bring it down
reactions.
to
For
the
example,
communities,
the experience
because
of
that's
fear
where
in
it
the
all
mind
needs to
triggers the
start. It needs
sympathetic
to
nervous
start in the
system,
schools, the
causing the heart
elementary
to race,
schools, the
muscles to
junior
tense in
high
preparation
schools,
for
and
action,
the high
a
schools. So
phenomenon
when they
known as
get to
the
that higher
high-wave
learning, they'll
response.
have some type of
Similarly, the
understanding of
parasympathetic
how
nervous
this
system helps
particular
the mind and body
um,
relax, slowing the
ecosystem
heart rate
works.
and promoting digestion when the mind perceives
So
safety.
the primary
This
audience
intricate
is
dance
anyone
between the
who's
brain, mind,
available
and
and
nervous
willing
system
and wanting
ensures
to
that
get
emotional
involved in it.
states and physical well-being are tightly
So Gota, you
interwoven.
talked about the
The spirit of
certification and training
connection, a
programs
holistic view.
that you are
The
developing as
interplay of
part
the
of the
brain,
ecosystem,
mind, and nervous system is not merely a
and
mechanical
this is part of
process.
that
It reveals a
certification.
profound unity between existence's
Yes.
physical
So
and
this
intangible
training
aspects.
program
The
is
mind
part of
uses
the
the brain's vast
certification.
neural networks
So
to process
we
thoughts and
train them
emotions,
the
while the nervous
basics.
system acts
So
as
this,
the
as
conduit for
Aaron
these
rightly said,
experiences to
this is
influence the
related to
body.
like a high level
This holistic view
training.
emphasizes that
So we
human
train you
beings
the
are not
basics.
merely
We
bodies
train
and
you
brains,
how
but
you can
integrated beings
teleport,
with
how you can
mental,
sit down,
physical,
how
and
you
emotional
can use the
are deeply
tools that are
interconnected.
available in Engage XR. And as we build on from the basic training, you'd also be trained as to how you can build a space like this. And yeah, we have Aaron, who has been very instrumental in designing and helping our team design and also training others. We call him the instructor of instructors, and together with Nora, who has also been a very good lead for the GMCCP project. So all these are all inclusive. Thank you.
If I can add something to that, the GM program, the certification program, is a 10-week program that we've been developed by Nora and her team. And what they do, they go through the first few weeks of it is learning the basis of Engage, all the way till they get to about week number 6. At that point, they're given an assignment, and that assignment is to build a space. And then they build a space. Then in that 9th week, Gotti and Nora and her team and myself will come in and inspect that space, ask questions about it, and use that as a evaluation phase. And depending on what our review is, that person will move forward to graduation.
Excellent, excellent. You've mentioned several times that you're involved in Africa and other countries, and I'm curious about Educators in VR's produced thousands of training programs and worked with countries all over the world. We struggle often with equipment and bandwidth and Wi-Fi and the technical aspect of consistent access. Are you providing the Wi-Fi access like Starlink or something? You're providing all the tools as part of the package in the training?
So currently in Ghana, what we've been doing, yes, so we've started up the piloting phase, but we have established a connection with one of the telecom companies in the country, and we are still in conversation. And the conversation is to grant them access and also the ability to sponsor us on a networking level, where they'll produce internet access to the devices that will be used for the training program. We haven't concluded on the conversation yet, but currently it's on a positive. So the plan is that they will be the main telco company who will be charging up our internet access to the devices locally in Ghana.
Educators in VR works with Africa VR, and we've done a lot of work with them and their training programs and things, as well as in other countries. And so I'm really excited to have this access be available. And we had on the show here not long ago, Dr. Nick Weir, who is doing amazing work with VR in prosthetics. And the biggest problem, they're able to use photogrammetry to scan, LiDAR scanning on an iPhone to actually scan a limb, an amputated limb, and within 24 hours make a replacement limb, which is just so exciting. Normally it takes weeks and things. The biggest problem they have is training the doctors, training the medical professionals to go out in the community and do these services. So I love that FicusKorea is doing this, and I'd love to see that team up, because there's such value in providing this kind of training all over the place to make sure that we can democratize the education. So thank you. I want to do that. Now Rachel's back, charged up.
Yes,
Are you ready to close the event down?
Oh yeah, but I just also wanted to add that when I was in South Korea with Nora and with Godi, I was able to connect them with Dr. Nick Weir. So
Excellent.
we are looking for an inclusion of everything. So I wanted to thank thank everybody for being a part of this adventure today. Thank you, Nora, for creating such a beautiful space, and Godi for helping us through it all. And yeah, thank you, everybody. If you have any questions or want to revisit this episode, we'll have it downloaded onto YouTube, and then I'll share it next Wednesday on my LinkedIn. But you can always find it on our Educators in VR in Discord, our YouTube channel, and then all of our other social media outlets like Facebook. Another thing I'd want to do is I want to thank each and every one of our sponsors that helped us get through all of this. And then again, I want you to come back the first Wednesday of next month. I'm going to have Shannon Putin. She's a doctor and a consultant for XR Medical. And then every second and fourth week, we have Laurel, Steph, and Karen giving us the latest news and innovations in XR AI. And then on the third week of the month is our Innovation Spotlight with our favorite Tom Furness, Maxwell McGee, and Chris Madsen. I also want to thank each and every one of you for furthering, pioneering, and pushing through this XR, through this AI challenge that we've recently come through, and keep pioneering and creating magical, beautiful moments like we've seen here today. And then share and connect with everybody. I want to again thank you for joining us at this edition of XR News and Medical and Health. I'm Rachel Darden, and until next time, keep learning, please keep connecting, and keep the spark alive. Thank you, each and every one of you guys. And if you have any,
we did a thing.
Thanks, Santa Trees.
All right. Thank you, everyone.